Good evening, everyone. It's A and B here, coming to you just to share another message. All right, so I am a Baltimore City resident, or Baltimore County resident, Baltimore City raised, and I currently work in education and have been for the past 5 years. I have worked in elementary, middle, and high schools, and also have provided some internship work for college students as well. And to be honest with you, I've seen a change even in this 5 years. I'm not that old myself, so I feel relatively relatable to this younger generation that's going through school. And, besides the fact that if a lot of parents don't know, a lot of the things that the students are doing in school is to pass standardized tests. Standardized tests is what gets these schools funding. So each year, schools are allotted a certain amount of money per student, and they're also allotted money to delegate certain resources that kids have, such as the different classes that they take outside of the things that they must take. And I am one of those people that come into the schools and offer intervention work, specifically in reading to help students to reach their literacy goals. So if you're not aware, there's less than 10% of students that are actually reading on grade level. And to be honest, this is a national problem. It's not just a Baltimore thing. But because I'm from this area, I can speak very adamantly about it. And I just want to make people aware of what's going on in the schools, whether it's elementary, middle, or high school. First and foremost, please take the time to ask your kids what's going on. You would be surprised. Not only are the schools severely understaffed, there are many times teachers who have 35 to 40 students in one classroom and they don't have any support. And also, due to COVID-19, you have a lot of teachers who are constantly out because they're constantly sick, which then means that there are substitutes. And to be honest with you, most times those substitutes are not left with work for the students. Because of COVID-19, the students haven't been learning. I'll be completely honest with you. Most of the time that teachers and assistants and admin are spending in schools is addressing behavioral issues. And I know that it takes a village, but at the same time, it's the simple instruction and things that parents can do at home to help, as well as giving instruction, especially if your child is in elementary school. A lot of times they're learning things such as A says I, B says buh, and putting those things together to make words. It's time that we stop relying so heavily on the school systems. Now, another thing, technology has played a major role in the demise of our educational systems, and I believe this is a national thing, but I am completely disgusted at the number of students, specifically in middle and high school, that are on TikTok all day. I have grown and built rapport with so many students, and I have some of them that will tell me things such as the content that they're actually interacting with on these platforms. So parents, please beware. I'm talking about shit that's so raw that even as adults, a lot of us don't indulge in those things. So please monitor your students. And it's incredibly sad in high school because a lot of those students are reading at a kindergarten level, as a lot of you have saw these reports. And it's sad. We have students in high school that don't know how to spell the word bad, bad. It's literally that deep. You walking into classrooms and it's literally a zombie apocalypse because everybody has their heads down because they're in their phones. They don't care what the teacher is saying. They don't do their work. We have the system of no child left behind. So regardless of what they do, what they don't put in, they're still going to go ahead and move them along and move them along. And what that's doing is creating a generation of our future that it doesn't look as promising. I'm one of those people that step in as an advocate for students because at the end of the day, as adults, we are the ones that are in control. We are the ones that allow these things to happen, whether it's the school or whether it's the parents. So I'm just putting this out there to hopefully encourage the parents to step into their child's life a little bit more, or maybe pop up to the school and see what's going on. You would be surprised. You would be surprised at how much weed you smell in the school. You would be surprised at how disrespectful they are, how much they don't care. They're walking out of class. But the main thing is the cell phones. Take them away. Take them away. These kids are literally coming to school to be on the internet. I'm deeply saddened by it. And I'm just a person that's speaking up because it needs a change. I will likely make another video on this. But it has gotten so hard to the point where I question walking away myself just because of how much the kids don't care about their own futures. And I'm not even talking about to go to college and live this corporate life, but at least to get that diploma, you feel me, to certify what you know. Maybe to create your own businesses, maybe to become TikTok creators or whatever it is that the kids want to do. But this is literally for them. I mean, they're missing fundamental skills of how to spell words. And without learning how to spell those words, they lack the comprehension, which breeds poverty, which breeds violence. They don't understand each other. It's literally creating this generational gap where you give it 20 years, man, they won't even know what we're talking about because we'll be using words that they never learn. Do you know that they have taken grammar out of schools? Do you know that kids don't have spelling tests anymore? Let alone we all know they took out cursive so they can't even sign checks. But the thing is, if they're not even in tune with learning, they miss out on so much information. I've had students laughing in class while teachers are teaching about Black history, any type of history, and they find it funny because they just don't care. So if this is the way that the world is going, I guess this is a warning to just prepare for it. But hopefully, enough people will get in tune with it and just check on their kids, ask them how their day was, what you learned today, and let me see it. Everything's on Google Classroom. Since everybody went virtual, every single student has work on Google Classroom. Go through it with them. They're going to pass them anyway, but let's actually see if they're taking it in. And then ask them how much time as a matter of fact, you can see how much time your child is spending on their phone. I hope this message touched somebody, anybody that's willing to spread the message because it's true. It's very sad. I literally work in literacy intervention, and the majority, if not most of the school, does not read on grade level, which affects every other class. It's hard to understand math if you can't read. The same with history, the same with science. It's all comprehension. Even to count money the right way. Don't let your child get gypped out of a great future. Please pay attention to your children. Until we talk again, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, wonderful night. And I mean this with love in my heart. We got to do better as a community. It takes a village. It takes the world at this point to make a difference. Just because it's out there doesn't mean we should be using it. And if you're one of those parents that you on the internet just as much, even for myself, it's okay to take some self-reflection time and say, you know what? I got to make the changes in me so that my child can do the same. Peace.